checking my live feed, and it shows we are going live on YouTube. So I want to quickly go out and check my YouTube channel, and we'll make sure that everything seems to be going correctly. Hope you're doing well, and thanks again for joining us. My feed says I'm going live, and there I am with my red and white and blue check shirt on, so I guess we are going live. Well, I'm excited about today's broadcast. I really want to get in today to a little bit more. I'm going to take you out into some deeper waters. I want to really get into to helping you learn how to gather and start to get online leads. I mean, we all know that the world we're living in now is changing and it's different. And many of us are working from home, and we're going to have to continue to work at home. So this is going to be real estate specific. I know we have some small business owners on here, but you will be able to take any product you have and use some of the principles we're going to talk about. But today's going to be really more real estate specific, and we're going to use some free tools today, especially RPR, which I really like. And I'm going to show you some creative ways that you can use RPR and the internet to begin generating leads. So I am going to go over to my RPR on my desktop, and you'll be seeing it. I may bring my photo on as well, but we'll probably just take a look at the RPR side. So we're going to do some more creative things with RPR. I know many of you may be saying to yourself, well, John, I know a lot about RPR. I use RPR. I don't know if I want to use RPR, but I want you to be able to see how we can really use RPR in some creative ways. Okay, so let's go. I'm at the dashboard on RPR, and the first thing I want to remind you is make sure that you've gone into your settings and that you have actually uploaded your picture, you have all your contact information correct. And in fact, I'm just wondering, my picture's right up there now in the way, but I'm going to just take a look to see if we could put our linked tree up there. So I'm in, and we could probably put that on our website right there. So remember, if you haven't seen our link tree episodes, you can watch those over on this channel, and so I'll show you where those are at. So here's my link tree. Remember this? I'm going to copy this over on the right hand side. So now that I've copied that, I'm actually going to plug this in right here on my website. Now I could probably change that to another website, and I probably will, and I'm going to add my real estate website as well, which is mayfieldre.com. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to put that on and I'm going to copy one more website, which is this website right here. So I'm going to come back over to Realtor right here, and then I have another website, believe it or not, that I'm going to really start marketing a little more heavily, but it's www.simolandforsale.com. And I'm using Playster. We might take a look at this, but I'm using Playster as my web hosting company, and so I can have multiple websites through them. There is a fee for that, but I can have custom domains. This is a new listing, a farm listing that my daughter and I have, And so I've actually gone in and customized it. But this is a land. I'm strictly marketing this website for land. So we'll have more drop-down menus here, but it's really for people who just want farms and land. So I'm building the pre-searches into our multiple listing service so that they'll be able to just quickly say, you know, I want homes with acreage in the Farmington area, and it will pull those up, and then they can continue to drill down and look for specific properties that they want. So anyway, I've copied the additional web link, and so I'm just going to paste that there as well. There we go. Now I'll save this. So I just wanted you to be aware, make sure this information is correct here. I see something I need to fix there. I don't know how some of this got changed, but this is my work phone number, should be 560077, and so and this is different now, but I'll save that because I'm using my phone to broadcast, so I won't be able to see what, and I always have to look my fax number up, but we don't use faxes as much as we used to. And I see one other thing that needs to be changed as we keep going through here. I want to make sure that you do the same thing. You know, I've been noticing that, and that's pulling over from somewhere else and from the realtor's website, but I have updated that, so I need to find out why that's incorrect, but we'll do that later, or I will do that later. So make sure that that your information's correct. And again, I see a couple things that need to be fixed. And one of the neat things about RPR is you can always go down here and you can just give them a quick chat, or you can also call them down here at the bottom. So what I want us to do today is, I was hoping we could go in and look at, and I'll do both of these, a specific subdivision. So I want you to think about what we're going to do today is we're really going to look at how can we provide content and information that will drive buyers and sellers to do business with us. So I'm using RPR, and it's been very successful for us. And so the first thing I want to do is just do a neighborhood report. You can see on the front page we have all properties for sale, for lease, neighborhoods, schools, and we have market activity, which we're going to get into in just a minute. But I'm going to do neighborhoods right now. And I'm just going to search for Miami, Florida. So I'm going to go down to a specific zip code in Miami, Florida, and we'll just search right there. The one area that I really like, and I wonder if we can go back to that. I'm going to go back to home. Never hurts to show you again, neighborhood. And I'm going to type in Coral Gables, Florida. There we go. That's what I was really wanting. And we'll search. Okay, so here's our average sales price, $645,600. It's up about 5.66%. And that's over the last month. Over the last 12 months, you can see market's up about 1%. So let's go and let me show you a couple of really neat things you can do with this report. First of all, there's lots of data that we have on this page. Now, last week, I'm going to kind of come out and visit with you. Last week, we looked at Instagram events. And so I'm very transparent with you. I post a lot of stuff on Instagram. The last year or so, both my daughters have been helping me with social media, and I kind of give them the content, and I do some of my own posting, but I just didn't know a lot about Instagram events, and I was noticing some things people were putting on Instagram. And so the first thing before we create a report is we're going to do a couple of things today. I'm going to show you how to take little snippets from the report, and we can post this on our social media. So that's step number one. So let me come back out here, and I'm using a program called Snagit. And if you go to techsmith.com, it's one of my favorite tools, and I probably use it every single day. It's called Snagit right here, and it allows you to capture the screen where you can get video or just a photograph. I don't make any money off of these tools that I'm showing you. Snagit's $49.95, I think, for a year. And then once you buy that, the upgrade's much less than that. So I'm going to show you how Snagit works, and we're going to use that with this specific piece. So I'm going to make my screen a little smaller. Now to make your screen smaller, if you do Control and the minus button. So as I press the Control button and the minus button, you'll notice that the information on the screen gets smaller. If you are on a MacBook, which I am, I use the Command button and the minus key, which is up in the top right. Now, if you want to make things bigger, yes, I will be 60 years old next month. I don't look it, do I? Tell me I don't look 60 years old, but maybe I do. At least sometimes when I've gone to visit clients and somebody comes, one of the young grandkids come to the door, I'll hear them say, "Mom, there's some old man at the door." So anyway, I guess we all, to younger kids, we always look old, right? But to ourselves, we're always young. So, but as I'm saying, I will be 60 next month. Sometimes the print just gets smaller and smaller. So Command and hold the plus button will actually make the screen go bigger. And that's the Control plus. So let me show you that again. So I'm going to press Command. While holding Command down, I'm going to hit plus button, and notice how it's getting bigger. See that? Now Command minus will bring things back to a smaller. So a little shortcut. I'm going to show you another shortcut that you're going to really like in just a little bit from your computer. So I want to grab this and post it. So with Snagit, I can press the Command key and the P for print. Or if you're on Windows, the shortcut is Control and the P key. Just like I did Command plus, Command minus to make the screen bigger or smaller, I can do Command P, and you'll notice now I have this new Snagit where I can position my mouse anywhere on the key, on the screen. So I'm going to position it right up here, because what Snagit allows me to do is snag or capture part of the screen. Now we're going to do this twice. My apologies. I tell you what, I've been washing my hands so much that they're so dried out, but they tell us to wash our hands. So occasionally when I start using my mouse and I'm, my hands are just, and I'm putting lotion on. My wife and I were talking about that. We're using hand lotion, but it doesn't seem to be working. So now notice up here, I can either do the camera or I can do the video camera. This is with Snagit. And what I want to do is take a screenshot of a specific portion of my screen. So let's just do the first time a screenshot. So I just did that, and here it is right here. You can see I've been building some email signatures, and so I've been getting screenshots of some of my social media networks. Now, I don't like this stuff right here, and it's real easy to get rid of it with Snagit. Up here, there's an eraser button, and so I'm just going to choose the size of the eraser I want. And I'm going to erase this. Right like that. Now I'm going to go to the fill button right here, or right there, and I want to fill it with white paint. And so I just bring my paint can over to what I just erased, and look what happened. Now I missed a little spot there, but I think that needs to be erased, and we can do that. So I'm going to just do the smaller and erase that. Go back up to the fill can, make sure I have white, and look, everything's done. Okay? Now, I could add, if I wanted to add a little favorite, if I wanted to add this little box here, I could do that, just like that. If I don't want that, I'll undo that. So I'll click Edit and Undo New Graphic. Okay? But you can do some really cool things with this. Let me show you something I did on my Global Real Estate School website, because I was very proud of this. And this is from Snagit. Check out our March pass rates. And I put a red box. See, I just snagged this from the PDF report from the Real Estate Commission, and I put a little stamp there. And now I have that on my front page of my website. So Snagit's a cool little tool. You can use it for a lot of things. Today we're going to use it as a way to promote on our social media website. And I'm going to do this in two different ways. So from here, what I do, the easiest way for me, is just to hold my mouse down while I have this and drag it onto my desktop. Now notice it stays right here, but I've now put this on my desktop. So I'm going to go back out here to my website, and we're going to go over to Instagram. And remember, I showed you on Instagram that you cannot post on Instagram from your computer unless you do a little shortcut. Remember that? So does anyone remember from our webinar or from a previous session? You go up to View up here in the top, and from View you go down to Developer, and from Developer you go to Developer Tools. See that? Now I still cannot see or be able to post. And that's my little daughter and son-in-law's puppy who passed away yesterday unexpectedly. And he was the best little dog. And I really am missing Leo because he was just a sweetheart. I tell you, you have these pets and they become so attached to you. But that's little Leo, and he was a good dog. So we're going to now go up, we're going to post, and so I'm going to click on my story, and I'm going to go to my desktop because that's where we put this, and I believe I have to do one other thing. And it's not a problem, and I'm glad this happened. So there's two things we can do here. I can go back to Snagit because I took this file and I added it to my desktop. It saved the file as a different format. It saved it as a picture format. And this is what, to me, I see people get so frustrated with technology, and I do too, because it's like, really, can you just have like one picture format? And like the new iPhone I have now, it saves them as a HEC1. I don't know. It's weird. And it's all about saving space, I guess, and better quality. So when you take a picture and Snagit, it saves it as a .png. Don't worry about that. It's just a file format. Instagram requires a JPEG file. okay, which is a normal photograph file. So we just need to resave this as a JPEG file. And it's real easy. It's highlighted down in the bottom left corner. I'm going to go up and select File, Save As, see that? And I'm just going to save this as Coral Gables. And this might be good for you to do because there's some neat things you can do down the road. But Coral Gables, and I'm going to put April 2020. Now, right here, if you can see on the screen where I have my mouse, it says what type of format do you want? And it's saving it as a PDF. I want to save this as a JPEG. So I'm going to use the drop down arrow and I want to find JPG, or it's also JPEG. Okay? A PNG is what it saved it as originally, which is a higher quality photo, but you won't see any difference on the internet. I mean, you could if you were a real techie person, but most people won't be able to determine that. So I'm going to save it on my desktop. I gave it a name, and I'm saving it as a JPG, okay, JPEG. So let's save that. Quality's at 100%. Now we can go to Instagram, and we want to click on the icon up in the top. I'm going to come back here and get rid of my picture for a second. And notice when I go to desktop this time, Coral Gables showed up. See, the others did not show up because they were in the wrong file format. And again, this is just posting to Instagram from our computer. A lot of social media sites would take that PNG file. In fact, we'll try Facebook and just see what happens. So here we go. We're going to now save this, or open this, and it's going to put this as a story. Now, it's a little bit bigger file format than what I want, but I'm going to, let's see if we can move this. I don't think we can. So we can come up here, and I think we can add, we'll put this in, let's put it in red, and I'm going to put Coral Gables, Florida, housing stats from April 2020. Now, I wonder if I click blue, yeah, it changes that, or yellow. I like that better. I think it pops a little better there. You could try white or black. I think I like the yellow. Maybe I like the white better. We'll try that. So I'm going to hit done. Oh, you can't see that at all. So let's go back. I should have done. And I think I have to hit so I can't see that at all. So we'll redo that, and we'll do that in yellow, and we'll put Coral Gables, Florida, housing stats, April 2020. And I'm going to select done. Now there it is right there, but I think I can move it up here. Somewhere, I'm wondering. And here we can add a little sticker if we want. Sometimes people add these. We'll just see if there's something that we want down here. We'll put a little heart there. And then we can also, if we wanted, let's do this, okay? So I'm going to do another text and put check out the free report for Coral Gables, Florida in my link Okay, so I'm going to do that in yellow, and I'm going to click Done. And I'm trying to hit Done, and my computer is frozen for some reason. Never fails when you... Maybe I could have too much text. We'll try that. For some reason, it is... I'm going to refresh the page, see if I'm going to lose that if I... And that's part of technology, so we won't get frustrated. We'll refresh the page, and we'll try it again. So I'm going to go to add my story, and we're going to hit Coral Gables, and here it is. And I'm going to just put housing stats. There is a little period between. I'll just put my Linktree bio. Now I'm going to make that yellow, and I'm going to hit Done. And it is really not liking what I'm doing here. It was working a minute ago, wasn't it? I think we should have probably... The only other thing I can think of is that if I'm putting too many characters, but that doesn't seem to work as well either, so I will try a third time, and if it doesn't work the third time, then we will move on, okay? So I wanted to try this, but that's okay. Coral Gables, Florida, housing stats, April 2020, full report in my bio. I'm going to make that yellow. And boy, it's just not working. And it's probably because of, unless there's just something else I'm doing totally wrong, but I'm going to go to View, Developer, and take off the developer tools. And now I'll go to View, Developer, Developer Tools, and I don't know. I apologize about that. It was working a minute ago when we did that, but we'll just go on and try to post this. And so I added that to my story, and maybe that's what I needed to do down below, is maybe I needed to so there's this. Now I can go in and add to that, and but the story's there, and what I wanted to do was go back over here to and go to the right here, and here is where actually I wanted to go back one. Let's see. So I wanted to go this is one I did the other day. So what you would do is you would, and see, I can't do this if I was on my phone, I could do that. But what I would encourage you to do is this. And again, I'm trying to do this from my computer. And I was actually talking to a lady yesterday about this situation. Is sometimes trying to do Instagram from your computer doesn't work that well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go to a different monitor, and I'm going to turning that around here, and I'm going to pull my phone off, and so we'll throw my phone on the screen, and we'll kind of go through that way, because I'd like to show you how this works, and I think it's a really cool process. So what I'm going to do right now is go over to this specific screen, and I'm going to get my phone down. So now I am going to stream my phone over to the to the screen, so you'll be able to see my phone here shortly. Okay, so I was using this phone to stream, so I should get a code here that I can put in, and once I get this code, I'll so there it is. All right, so now I am going to throw my phone on here. And the first thing I'm going to do is, and you're not going to be able to see this in the background, but remember the photo I put on my desktop, which was the Coral Gables? I'm going to slide that over into my Dropbox, okay? So all I'm really doing is copying that photograph, and I'm pasting it inside my Dropbox. So if I go to Dropbox, this is how I use Instagram a lot anyway, so that's why I wanted you to see this. You'll see there's the Coral Gables that we just did, right? Right there. Now, up here, there's three little round circles. If I select that with my finger, notice one of the options is to export. So I'm going to select export. And now I just want to save the image. See that right there? So I'm going to save the image, and it just saved it to my photos. That's all I've done. Now if I swipe out of this and I go into Instagram right here, the first thing I want to do is I want to, there's that we just posted, right? So I need to log in. Well, I need to log in through my other. So I need to log in through my real estate tech guy. All right, there we go. Now, what I'm going to do is come up here to my story. So when I click on my story, you notice this actually is popped up, right? Now, if I go down here to this bottom area where I'm down here at the bottom right corner, I'm in Instagram. I want to press down and hold on housing stats. And notice I can edit the highlight. See that? What I want to do is if I come over to stories, there's this new story down in the bottom right. So if I select that, I have two stories, and I select done. Now, why did I do that? Because if someone comes to my profile page, they might select the housing statistics, and this is where they get a comparison between two market areas, and right here they get the item we just posted today. Now, again, notice I can go to quotes that I've done. I can put my podcast up, and I can do food and dining. Whatever category I want to have, I can have those right here. This is how we created those. Now, I want to go to my story, and I'm going to hit the More button down at the bottom. It was down here in this corner, and I want to delete this post, okay? Maybe I can go to story settings, and let's take a look at that. But I'm going to hit done, and actually I want to just delete and start over, okay? So I just deleted that. So we're going to add a new story. So I want to come up here and click the plus button by my picture. And what I want to do is I want to select that little bottom thing that was my camera roll. So I'm gonna close out of this just so you can see it. So here I am, but down below me, right over there, there's a little square, okay? Do you see that little white square? If I press the white square, it has recent photographs, right? So here's this photograph we just put on Instagram right here. Well, this is all in white, but there's the little item. And I want to do this in maybe orange, because that would match my, and here I'm going to put coral. And is that spelled correctly? I am such a Gables, that's right. I probably had it spelled wrong earlier. Florida. And I'm going to put April 20th, April 20. And now I'm going to put full report is in my link dot or linktr dot ee, I think. Bio. So there we go. Now I'm going to hit done, and I think I can move that up here. There we go. And now if I want to add a little sticker, I can add this little sticker right there just for some creativity. And I could also, I think it actually, I can, there's some other things I can do there, but so here we go. Now I want to send this to my story. So I'm going to share that right there. I probably should have added, so it's been shared. Now I'm going to hit done at the bottom. And if I go back to my stories, now that's popped up. See that? Now, I want to put that under housing stats because I've got housing stats right here. So remember, you take your finger and you press and hold down on that until you see this option. Click Edit Highlight. Now, it's not here because we posted it as a story. So press on Stories, and there is the item. And now we click Done. And now when a person hits that, they see the first story that's there, and they see the second one. Now, as we build these stories up, and so they're able to watch all kinds of highlights we have, as we build these stories up, or housing statistics, take your finger and press back on that. Select Edit Highlight. And I could say, I don't want to share this first one anymore. So I'm going to just uncheck that. Now I press Done. And now when a person selects housing statistics, they'll only see the ones I've selected. See that? So you can kind of pick and choose which ones you want. Now, I wanted to show you this because naturally this is one place we want to post information, isn't it? If I go to my little icon down here in the bottom, you can see that I just shared that as a story, but if I wanted to share that now in my feed, I can, there it is, it's the first picture highlighted, and I can hit next. And then right here, I'll put a caption, housing statistics for Coral Gables, Florida, April 2020 period. Hashtag Coral Gables Real Estate. We'll see if that's an option. There it is. There have been 18,200 posts. Look at that. So I want to capitalize, and I'm going to show you a little shortcut that a lot of people don't know about in the new iOS. This is for Apple. See the space bar? Hold the space bar down until all the keyboard turns away, or the keys are gone, and now your finger works as a mouse, and you can put that wherever you want. So again, just go down here and press the space bar until all the keyboards gray out, and now I can come up here with my finger and move it just like I have a mouse and put that anywhere I want. So now I'm almost ready to post this. I'm going to click OK. But there's one more thing that I teach on the seminar, and that's advanced settings. So what I do is I come up here and I press anywhere on that to where I get a select all. And I select all of that and I copy. Now I select OK. And I come down here to advanced settings and I select Write Alt Text, and I put my finger and hold down for just a brief moment, and I hit paste. And now I hit done, and then I hit the back arrow button, and now I select share. Now I'm going to go ahead and just share it on my Facebook page. And I'm going to hit, and we can share it on Twitter too. Why not? I guess I haven't logged into Twitter for a while, but there it is on this app. And now I just hit share. And so there's information. Now, I guess my bio didn't show up, and I should have probably checked that and fixed it. So we would want to make sure that as we do, and I wonder if that happened in the story too, actually looks good in the story, but right here, we probably need to position that and put it somewhere else for this. But we can always edit. So I'm going to select edit. And the way I got to edit, just so you can see here, I'm going to hit cancel, is there are those three little dots, and when you select that you get some options, and I'm just going to come up here and click done. Let's see, edit, and so I'm going to use my mouse again. We'll just, we've already got Coral Gables Real Estate. There we go. So what I wanted to do was go right up here and just put full report in my link tree bio, period. Because we're going to do that here. I kept talking and Siri was still listening. Hey, that's the one thing, we can have fun on our webinar, so hold my mouse down. There we go. And if you wanted to, do the hyphen or something like that, you can do that. Okay, now I'm going to hit done, and we've completed that. Okay, so I'm going to come back to my screen, and I'm going to put my camera back up here. So I'm going to swipe down, and I'm going to quit sharing my screen, and you should see my, I'm going to come back over here to Linktree because we need to do that. Actually, I'm going to come back to Coral Gables, and the next thing we want to do is generate the report, okay? So I need to get my camera back up here. The television directors would have a fit with me, wouldn't they? He's doing stuff at the last minute all the time. Okay, I got my camera back, but I hope that was helpful for you because I was trying to do it through the desktop version, and I'll be honest with you, trying to post to LinkedIn through the desktop version can be a challenge sometimes. It just really can. But just put your pictures in Dropbox, open them up, save them on your phone, and then you can go to your app, and it normally works good, as we just saw there. So going to come back over here because we've still got a couple of things to do. What we're working on here is now I want to generate this neighborhood report right here. And here I want to show you that you can manage some custom pages. So I'm going to just leave this one here and click add, or pardon me. In other words, if you had a resume or something that you would want to include, you could do that, or a property, but I'm just going to run the report right now. Now, I need to very quickly, and I'm going to show you this on another episode, but I want to show you, let me just go right back out there where we were. Okay, I want to show you that if you go to Amazon, there is the ability for you to set up an account with Amazon. Amazon, believe it or not, they have this storage platform or storage place that you can put things. And I'm just going to drop this presentation right here. You can see that I have one there. So soon as this is finished on Realtor.com, soon as this report is finished, I can pull this up. It's being processed right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it over at Amazon, because Amazon, again, they have all of these. This is a big deal, and a lot of people don't realize this, but online storage and file things that you can do things with. Well, you can sign up at Amazon for free and get a pretty big amount of storage that you can store stuff there at no charge. So the report's done now. So we'll come back out here and I'll just show you how this works. So here's the report that we just did for Coral Gables, Florida, which is, to me, a really neat area. And has some neat information here. And here again, you could have your resume, you could have any collateral you want, and here's the full report right here. So I'm going to download this report to my desktop. I like to keep things there, and I'm just going to save it right there on my desktop. Now, from Amazon, all I really need to do is go to my desktop, and this report that we just created right here, I'm just going to drag it right down here and upload. There it is. Now I have to check this, and I'm going to go to Actions, and I want to, maybe I don't have to do that right there. We'll go Make Public, and then we'll click on this. And see if that works. If not, looks like it's downloading. Oh, that's the presentation. We don't want that. That is a big file. So I want to come back over here. I should have probably put that in a different, this is, oh, I put the wrong file in there. I need to go back. My apologies. I need to go back here. I put the JPEG file in there. I need the neighborhood report. So we want to take that, and we want to drag it and upload it. You know, that was a little picture with screenshot we put on Instagram. Now I'm putting up a PDF, which is this right here. And so I'm going to make this public right here. Make it public. Click on this and make public. And then we should be able to click on that, and there's the report. Right there, okay? Now I'm going to highlight this link at the top. And again, you can watch this again, but I'm going to highlight this link at the top, right-click my mouse, and copy. See that? Now I'm going to go to Linktree, add a new link at the top, and I'm going to call this Coral And right here, I will paste that, Command V or Control V, and notice there's the report. I'm going to take this off for right now, and I'm going to go back out to Instagram, and if we refresh the page here, and you clicked on my Linktree profile, it would take you to Coral Gables, and if you clicked on Coral Gables, it brings up the report. Now next week, I'm gonna take it a step further. And I know this is kind of complicated. We're gonna spend a couple of weeks here and go through this so you get the hang of it. But have you noticed what I've just done? I took a free report from RPR, neighborhood report about a specific, you could do this for any zip code, any area, free report. Next week, I'm going to leverage it with some different collateral at the beginning, my picture, resume, maybe some testimonies. And we basically created this report that's free, and we put it over on Amazon at a free cloud storage site. Okay, you can do this in Dropbox, but I'm finding Amazon, did you notice how fast it loaded? Amazon seems to load a lot faster than a Dropbox location. So we took a free report from RPR, put it in a free storage file cabinet in the cloud at Amazon, copied that link, and then went over to Linktree, which you can get a free version, and created a link for the neighborhood report for our market area that we want to work in. And we pasted that link with our button, and we took a little snagget out of that report, and we used that in our story. Now, let's just take it another step further, okay? I mean, all of this is free, and we're hopefully building a following. And by the way, we used a tag called, so if we went to this, we used a tag called Coral Gables Real Estate. If you clicked on that tag, guess what? These are all the posts from Coral Gables Real Estate, and there's mine right there. See that? And if people were looking through here and they see all these pictures, see, they may say, well, who's this person? And then they're going to say, well, that's the real estate fisherman team. And they might say, well, let's click on their name. Well, you know what? They're not using a link. This person, William, has not come to my business tech guy, because all we're going to be driven back to is his website. Well, that's fine. But guess what? I'm going on to CNN or something else, not Fox News, CNN, give fair and balanced, right? To some other website, Yahoo or my MLS. But notice these are all Coral Gables. Well, I'll click on that. Who's this person? It's a museum, and that's where they send us over to some book list right there. Now, she's doing a good job because she's got a pop-up window, doesn't she? And we're going to build on that as we get to this, but I'm telling you, this is what people do. Now, if someone comes to this, they may click on that and they say, who's the real estate tech guy? And they click on click here. I can actually send them to a lot of stuff, and they may say, well, you know what? I've been wanting to get my real estate license. And they come right over to my website and they look around about get your real estate license, and they say in Florida. Well, I'm not in Florida, but guess what? I can help them with a product there. I'm telling you, this stuff works. And I could go into a long, drawn-out explanation of why it works. And I should have probably put some more keywords with all of this. But in a real quick nutshell, I've shown you how you've been able to leverage some content. And what's really cool is I have that free report up. We really could use an opt-in mechanism, and I'm going to get into all of this. I mean, it's going to take us some weeks, but if you stick with me and come back, you'll be able to, next week we're going to stay on this and build a little bit more, because it's all about trying to get leads online. And it can be complicated. I want to be the first to tell you that. But once you understand the process and what we're doing, it will be very easy for you. And then your mind is going to get more creative, and you're going to say, what if I did this? What if I, just like that lady that we just looked at, what if I'd given her my name and email address? You're not going to get everybody. Somebody might have been interested in that. I think she was something to do with books and museums. Well, guess what? She's just captured a lead. And so that's what you want to do. But let's go back here, because here's what we can build on, and we have the luxury of doing. Remember, I'm going to go back to the home screen here. I'm at RPR, and I want to go back to the home screen because I want to show you that on the home screen, that report that we just created is going to be right here. So if I click on the report, actually, I want to click on, I want to actually just go back to Coral Gables, some neighborhoods. So I'm going to go back to Coral Gables. You want to make sure you're in the right zip code. I just did the entire area, okay? But remember we did this snippet? Let's just say we want to do quality of life. Some interesting facts. Remember my Snagit, Command P. Now I'm going to take a picture of that. And remember, I wanted to clean that up. You don't have to. I just think it kind of looks nice to clean it up personally. My logo's on there, isn't it? And now I'm going to go to fill white. Okay. Now we had to do one interesting thing, didn't we? File, save as, interesting facts. I want to save that as a JPEG, but you know what? I'm just going to throw it right into my Dropbox, okay? And I'm going to save that right in my Dropbox. Now I can do something else. What? I can post this as a story to say, here are some interesting life facts and stats about Coral Gables. And I'd want to make sure we get that to where it shows up in our Instagram feed, and then hashtag it with Coral Gables Real Estate. Looks like a lot of people are posting there. And we can say, check out the full report in our Linktree bio. Because guess what? That report's going to stay there. So I guess what I'm trying to tell you is you've got lots of cool stuff that you can post throughout the month as a story about your zip code that some people might find kind of interesting. Unemployment rate's a big thing now. Next month, these will all be updated because these get updated. But you can go back over here to the quality of life, and you could take, you could take this screenshot and focus on one specific thing. Like here's one we could do right here, and Command P. And if you wanted to say, want to know what the average commute time is for people from Coral Gables? And there you go, another post, right? We can go on down here and you can look at all of this. There's tons of statistics for housing for Coral Gables. There's school information. I mean, there's a lot of information, and you can leverage all of this through a story and through a post. Now, earlier I could have posted that to my timeline and my story, and I did that one at a time, but you'll get in the hang of it. And then remember, you want to come down, hold your finger, and find that post you just made as your story and include that in your housing stats, because as people come to check you out, that's something that you're going to build out. Notice like some of these people here, this is probably a real estate agent here. We're going to click on her. She's in real estate. Now notice she's building some of her stuff out. So if we clicked on Biscayne Bay, see, she's using the letters, and there's a little video that we could take a look at. And then here's one she just listed. And notice how she's used an arrow. So she's doing a really good job there on that. But we can do the same thing. We can build these out, and we're going to learn how we can do some different things there. But good job, Jeannie, if anybody knows her. And then we'll take a look at one more person here and just see. Here's something here for rent. If this is an agent, let's just see what they're doing. And they don't have any of their events built out there. So, and they do not have a Linktree account. So it's just sending them over to their website, kind of the blog there. But you're going to be able to really create some cool things using your Linktree, using your report, because what we're going to do next week is we're going to take this report and we're going to put it in a 3D magazine, and we're going to actually create that into a virtual interactive 3D magazine, and we're going to put that on Amazon, and that's where people are going to, when they click on the link, that 3D magazine's going to pop up, and they're going to be able to thumb through and look at the property. So we've got some neat things to cover. I told you I was going to take you a little deeper. I sincerely apologize about trying to post that from my from my computer, because I figured out that doesn't work with Instagram when we start getting a little bit more technical. But in the future, I'll just click over to my screen, grab my camera, and throw my camera on, and you can watch that. I hope this was helpful. Please send me an email or drop a comment. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't like it, and I need to do something different, if I'm trying to go at a slow pace for everybody, and sometimes I think I go too fast, and it's like, wait a minute, John, slow down. But let me know if this is okay. I mean, we're going to build on this, and over the next few weeks, I plan to really show you how you can take your properties, how you can create online magazines, how you can create online reports. We're going to do the opt-in like the lady did. I'm going to show you how to do a pop-up so that you can capture email addresses. And we're going to put your online internet real estate marketing career on steroids. Okay, so have a great weekend. I hope this was helpful, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks again for watching. Bye.